So the reason we're working with Object Lab is because we want students to think expansively about what computation means. And so I worked with WICMA to produce a collection of art that students are going to study as a part of the class. The goal is for them to produce a programming language, design and implement a programming language that reproduces art in the style of a particular artist. We have a spectrum of art here, some very simple and some a bit more complicated, and students can dial in the difficulty depending on which artwork they're interested in. But the idea here is to really dig into what is the process that an artist is doing in order to produce the artwork. And the reason for that, the reason why we're interested in this is that we really want students to think about process, right? Computer science is really about process, and it's not necessarily about computers, although computers are machines that are good at following the process. So what they'll do is they will look at a piece of artwork, and art in the style of a particular artist often has kind of a little language that kind of describes what the kind of key elements are and how they go together. And we want students to try to say those things, right? We want to elicit those words from them, and we want them, like I said, to think computationally about putting those pieces together. So for example, are there lines? Are there shapes? Are there colors? Right? And we want them to think, you know, in a simple way. We don't want them to try to be sophisticated and talk about it like art critics would. We just want them to say what it is they're seeing and to get a computer to reproduce those things from their description, right? And so one of the things that is a little bit different about the computational approach is that precision really matters. And so when they define a term, they have to say exactly what that term means in a language that a computer can understand. So this is kind of translation task that they have to do. And that's really what the goal is to get them to think about the processes they see around them. And with WICMA, we can get them to think, you know, way outside the box, because chances are they've never had an assignment, anything like this before. And, you know, we're really moving beyond simple, you know, calculator-like things, which is what we sort of normally teach. So it should be fun. I also hope that it helps, you know, deepen their appreciation of art, because they're looking at art in just a totally different way, in a perspective that maybe they wouldn't normally get, even if they came here to WICMA, you know, for fun.